Hope everybody has a great day today. Hope you had the day off. End of a long weekend for most of you. Uh, yeah, I thought I'd better get on here for a few minutes. You might think that I'm gone. I'm still kicking. Just got through finishing cleaning the windows in my car over there. Oh, hadn't been washed for quite a while, so I washed the white and there was spots all over the windows, so I figured I better take care of that. Now I'm beat. I'm not used to doing that. Oh, like I said, I'm glad to, not glad, but I hope all of you had a good weekend. Well, I heard some rumors out there. People are ready to hang some of us out to dry. Oh, well, what comes, I guess. For all my great subs out there, glad to see you back. And, I don't even know what we're going to have for supper tonight. Usually, at the end of a holiday, it's usually a pretty good supper, but I haven't been surprised today for it. So I know I've got some cherry pie sitting in there. Had a piece of it last night, and some good ice cream made with, well, at least partially with real cream. Oh boy. Bought a extra refrigerator for the garage over there downstairs. Had them on special, so you know how that goes. Labor Day specials, you end up spending money, even though you didn't plan on it. But what the heck? We needed an extra one. We like to stock up on things. We're gonna put some pop and extra milk, stuff like that in it. I don't know what we'll put in the freezer part. But, it's kind of nice having something in the garage where you can just unload your stuff into it, and then you can carry things. What I have is a split foyer. The garage is underneath. We had to carry things up the stairs. It's more like a two-story home with the living quarters on the second story. So I get a lot of exercise when we get groceries, a lot of trips. We figured the refrigerator would save a little bit. We'd take up what we have to have, and then anytime we go downstairs, we just grab something out of there to put in the refrigerator upstairs. But it also allows us to have a little more stock on hand in case you never know if we're going to have trouble getting to the store for some reason or another. And we're just trying to get ahead of the problem should they come up, especially when winter time comes. Oh, I can't think of much else. It's been a while since I've washed any of these vehicles. They don't get too dirty. I mean, they're in a controlled environment, so it's not like I'm out mud running or something like that with them. I don't do that. Whichever vehicle's outside here gets a little dusty because living on the edge of town, you get a lot of dust off the farms out there. Anytime there's a little bit of wind, it covers it. I do have a California duster over here somewhere. I use it once in a while. That'll grab the dust off pretty easy. I don't have to wash them down. Don't know what you've been doing. I noticed on some of mine, somebody said I got roasted on a couple of channels out there. Somebody on Veterans Nation didn't like me too well. I don't know why. But I'm kind of used to that. Back in the 60s, they didn't like it when I come back to States either. Yeah, coming home was fun back then. I don't know what else to talk about today. Somebody told me Jeremy's on the warpath. I guess he is. I understand that. He don't like to be picked on. He just likes to pick on others. You know, old and disabled The ones that are easy to pick on, I guess. I don't know why I've got so many haters trying to come on and hate on me, but well, I did put a few songs up there. Maybe they'll listen to a couple songs before they come over to my channel today. People that want to do that, they just do. There's so darn many trolls out there. You know, I don't go out trolling. I do listen to a few channels I like, and but I try to keep it from being too negative when I get on their channel. People don't appreciate it, so the privilege of being able to listen to them, I try to keep it soft-spoken if I can. Some of the younger people, though, they don't know how to keep it soft-spoken. Although they're telling me, I don't know this for a fact, but they said that Jeremy's channel is people, older people, you know, older than 50, and mostly women. And I guess that's part of what a lot of people look at, and it kind of got me wondering who watches my channel, because well, you know, I'm not a tech, you know, I just put a channel up here and talk. So I went back and looked at mine. Sure enough, it's mainly people older than 50 that come to my channel and listen to it. And I guess part of that's, you know, my age. But I'm surprised some of them, you know, a lot of them are retired, like I am. And so maybe that's why they're easier going, you know, on my channel. They're not as bloodthirsty on here as some of them I see on other channels. At least I hope the guys and women that come to my channel, I hope you're not hating on somebody out there, because it'll just make your life miserable. Sometimes when I critique people, they don't like it, especially when I call them out on being a little more aggressive than what I would be in the same situation. Doesn't mean that I don't understand the situation. It just means I wouldn't act that way. Part of it, I think, is the background, how I was raised. And as you get older, you start reacting back to the way when you were very young. And that kind of, I guess, it explains a lot of people. I know Jeremy's knocking on the door of 50, so he'll understand a little more in a few more years. I don't know if he'll ever really, what you call, tame down, but that's something he can fight with himself. A lot of people have internal battles. You can usually see it in their face when it happens and what's going on there. The rest of us that don't have those battles have a pretty good life. Oh, I got my air conditioner going in here today. It's pretty warm out there. When I drove this in, it kind of tried to warm things up, so I put it on, I've got it on turbo, which it's supposed to cool it off quick. I've got it down to 78, so I guess it is coming down pretty fast. What are the rest of you doing today? Go ahead and leave something in the comment. Let me know how you celebrated your holiday. Did you have some fun? Did you get out in the park? Go fishing? Boating? Whatever. I know on TV they showed all the people on the lakes around here and stuff having a big time. Makes me wish I would have kept my boat that I had. I've had a couple. I had when I retired, I had a cruiser, and that was nice. And then, like all guys, I had to have a bass boat. Everybody has to have a bass boat once in their life, right? So I did that. I got me a nice big bass boat, and when you know it, a couple of lakes I like to go to, they drained them so they could get rid of the rough fish and redo it. And Department of Natural Resources, I guess. So I had to drive a lot further, and then I had to go. There's some rivers around here and stuff I can get out on when I feel like it. Notice my haircut. My wife gave me a haircut the other day. easier to handle. I can get out in the wind and don't blow all over the place as much. Not that there's a whole lot up there. You see, I got a high forehead, right? Oh, if you went out in the boat, did you go out to go fishing or skiing, or just what'd you do? I know the weather around here has been great for either or. My neighbor down here, I noticed he went fishing yesterday, or at least it looked like it. He's got a nice big flat bottom boat. I guess he's had it for years. He retired a few years before I did. He's a couple years older. He loves the outdoors, so anytime you see him, he's outdoors. He doesn't spend too much time inside closed areas. He just don't like it. Let's see. Yeah, I'm looking forward to see two leads in the pod tonight. I guess I think that they're on tonight at 9 o'clock. They usually start around 9 and get off sometime around 4 to 6 in the morning. I don't stay up that late, but I'll tell you what I do. I stay up as late as I can. And then when I get up the next morning, I turn it back on. They're off by then, but I can watch it on replay, I guess. See what else I've come up with on there. I stopped by Slug's channel today. Looks like my understanding is he was under attack. I don't know. It gets vicious out there, doesn't it? Well, here's hoping that you don't get too vicious. I'd heard somebody didn't like my smile or my laugh and stuff like that. I can't help it. I was raised not to let things get to me too much. And always, I used to sing quite a bit. And one time somebody said, well, it would sound better if you smiled when you're singing. And that's where I guess a lot of it came from. I got in the habit, if I've got my mouth moving, I try to keep it in a smile. And they tell me it's harder to keep frowning all the time than it is to smile. I think once you start smiling, it's probably true. As far as a laugh, sometimes it's a nervous laugh. That's the way a lot of people are. I don't know how nervous I am, but sometimes maybe it's for lack of thinking of what I'm going to do next. I give it a little chuckle and say, let me see, what can I think about next? And that's kind of how it is. If I'm happy, you can see it in my eyes. Okay, eyes usually don't lie too much. I mean, that's just the way it is. And this one's clearing up a little bit, pretty much. I went to the eye doctor, and they must have poked my eye down there. And I had a vessel. It looked like it bled a little bit. I have glaucoma, so I go in and get checked every now and then. And when I was in the service, I ended up with some metal in this eye, right dead center. And I still have scars from the different things I had to do to my eye way back. That was back when I was 19. And then I've had surgery from a car accident. The muscles came loose here, and they reattached. So the damage that's been done to my eye and a little bit of a separation in the back requires more intensive care. And I had, I think they call it wet macular degeneration, or whatever it is, where you grow, a vessel grows and pops your retina up a little bit. Well, that's what happened to me. And all that has been controlled, and with lasers and who knows what, medicines and stuff, I can see out of it. Matter of fact, if I close my eye, I can see fine. I can even read and stuff like that. The problem is I got crooked lines. And after that many years, you get used to it, so it's not a big deal, right? But all those out there that have glaucoma, the testing you go through, the visual checking out around the outside. I happen, in that eye, I happen to have two blind spots in it, not very big. And they said both my eyes on the outside, I'm starting to get deterioration, which is natural for people my age. Actually, they said I'm really in pretty good shape for having glaucoma and being in my 80s. So, yeah, I guess I should be happy, right? Good Lord bless me with having my eyes yet, and I can even hear a little bit. What else are we going to talk about today? If I was live, it'd probably be a little easier. I could look down there and you guys could hit me with your best shot or hit me with questions, whichever you felt like doing next. For the haters out there, I probably won't put up with too much from you. You just have to do what you're going to do. Don't pile it on me. All I'll do is go ask the Lord to unpile it from me a little bit. For the most part, I've learned how to roll with punch. It's not a big deal anymore. It's hard enough tackling something like that behind me and trying to just keep it clean so I can drive it once in a while. That thing, I've had it for, I think, 5 years. Something like that. It's been a while, but I hardly ever drive it. It's got just under 9,000 miles on it, so it still smells new inside. No scratches, and it's got that stuff on it. I don't know. It's like a film to protect the front end, the fenders, the hood, and the lower section of the car. And it's got the stuff on it to keep when people hit my car, it doesn't ding it up, it doesn't chip the paint. So one of these days they'll have to peel it and redo it, I guess, if it starts turning yellow. Right now it still seems to be okay. I keep it garage, it don't sit out in the sun, and we've yet to drive it in the winter. We've never really had it out. It's four-wheel drive, but we have an SUV that does a lot better in the snow than this. And then that old pickup I've got, it is four-wheel too. Oh, heck yeah. I just BSing, so let you know I'm still up and running, and nobody's kicked me to the side of the road yet, so don't worry about me. I've survived a lot worse times, right? And I don't know what to say about our dear buddy who wants to sue everybody. I guess he'll just have to sue. There's nothing else he can do about it. Lord knows he'll do what he's going to do. Maybe he doesn't. I don't know who he answers to anymore. But anyway, for all you out there that have been happy subscribers, have a great day out there. May the Lord bless you. And I'll see you in the not too distant future. I will be on, I'll be watching Two Lees in a Pod tonight. I don't know what all they have on the agenda. It'll certainly be interesting. And like I say, I can't stay up all night. But I'll be back in tomorrow morning and look at it. Maybe I'll come on tomorrow or next day to make some remarks about what I've seen out there. I think it's important to keep up on top of the informational exchanges. I know it's kept me out of hot water a lot of times. Oh, goodness. Well, with that, listen, everybody out there, you have a good day. Thank you for coming and listening.